MultiVersus casually drops Jason and Agent Smith. Really cool to see them in this trailer. If you're a fan of The Matrix, you know exactly why. And also, if you're just OG horror fanatic, you know exactly why. Which is crazy to see Jason actually interact with this. That's what makes MultiVersus. That's the next level move. MultiVersus does look to make some solid moves. And I feel that because they needed this, obviously, a whole revamp coming around. And it's also a free-to-play game. So, of course, you need competition with Brawlhalla. And you need, of course, the king of all, right? Smash Brothers. And seeing a Jason is a bold move. Now, Jason's character has been really weird. And so this is why it's very exciting for me to really talk about this, because Jason is a confusing character. They are also doing a lot of rebranding and stuff with Jason also. So it's actually insanely bold for Jason to have one of their newer features slash crossovers in this type of game, which Jason is obviously not known for. If you're younger and you know exactly like what this man is from, the horror genre, which is it's extremely gruesome too. So to see him in MultiVersus is actually insane, by the way. So again, like with Jason was revamping his actual like character and the brand because of the whole Friday the 13th game that also had been shut down. And some of his last bigger appearances was also MKX, Mortal Kombat. And now seeing this in a MultiVersus, a platform game that is actually not that mature rated as Mortal Kombat is, or, you know, any type of Friday the 13th or Dead by Daylight games. Now, he wasn't in Dead by Daylight, but of course, one of the other iconics is Michael Myers is over there, right? Like, these are games that are way different than what we'll see in MultiVersus. And so I'm really excited actually for Jason doing that. This can help out vamp that name, so this can be a huge actual marketing move or promotion push just to help this new Jason brand and getting them everywhere again or whatever, because they had been announcing it on Twitter also that they're like, yo, we're trying to take this Jason brand everywhere. And they wanted to take down everything and restart again with what they're doing with Jason moving forward, especially with the newer generation. Jason's been out since the 80s. So if you're old as hell like me, then you know exactly what Jason is. And then you want to talk about old also. Another classic on the other end of that release was Agent Smith. Agent Smith is amazing. Now, they did have a much more of a later version of the Matrix, but I mean, we all know that Matrix was shit versus like the OG Matrix movies, like Matrix Reloaded, when you see multiple Agent Smiths. Mr. Anderson, we knew what that is. And Matrix to this day is, although we know him, Keanu Reeves, as Mr. John Wick himself, before the John Wick in the newer generation, the OG generation was definitely Matrix. And we love him for that. And a fantastic character was always Agent Smith. And oh man, I want to hear like their actual voice lines and their move sets and everything like that. I think that is super cool from what a actual game like this. Those are bold moves, right? Because Agent Smith probably won't get you as much of the actual marketing component, but it's still a fun move to make, to bring somebody from the Matrix, you know what I mean? And then to bring Jason is an all outright flex on people who actually wanted crossovers with Jason that actually fit the repertoire for Jason, which is bloody and mature ass games. So man, I'm so hyped for this, man. And also I play a lot of fighting games, so with me this allows for me to play more fighting games, rotate a platformer. I haven't been playing my Switch as much, so I wasn't too inspired by Smash anymore. Depending on what they're planning on doing with their future, hopefully they can make something cool in the near future to bring Smash to a newer game. But it's always going to be at the top of the charts. It is the platformer when it comes to fighting games. Obviously, this needs to be always in the rotation when you're talking about Mount Rushmore fighting games. But what I'm really, really excited for also is some more competition towards Brawlhalla. I know Brawlhalla is insanely popular because it is a free-to-play platformer, and MultiVersus is going to do that also. But again, MultiVersus was not perfect. That's why they took it down, have a whole revamp, have everything going towards like a brand new game again, new characters coming in. Like, they're just really they're really pushing with this marketing launch, and it's something that I feel that we do need, especially as a fighting game like me who plays the more traditional fighting games, right? Like, I play Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken 8 to this day. I have those rotated on stream. I am excited to really try out this MultiVersus, so to be pretty cool. You have this, and then I think they have like Dragon Ball Sparkling coming around too at some point. So fighting games look pretty good for the near future, but in totality, MultiVersus is taking over, and the trailer looks great. It looks solid. Now, they had shown some teasers for gameplay not too long ago on Twitter also, but again, I really want to have a full in-depth breakdown of that, because of course we can't have all this great stuff and the gameplay is just not incredible. But to see Jason, they made him look insane. If you look at the way he looks, he's massively swole, and Joker right there kind of introduces him. So I don't know how that story is. I know I saw some cool comments that were like, man, if they actually create a story mode or some type of story mode, kind of how they do with Smash and all that stuff, this could be one of the cooler stories ever invented when you have this many characters coming in from all around, not just a traditional crossover type game, but an actual game that's named MultiVersus. So you can do anything in all these universes and just be able to do whatever you want in these worlds and stuff. And I was like, man, that is so pretty cool, because everybody is leaning towards that anyway. Like Mortal Kombat story does MultiVersus. In terms of just being able to do everything, Marvel has been doing that already. Just everybody's really falling into those because it's a little bit, you can get more creative with it. And therefore, I like how MultiVersus already names themselves like that, so they can bring other characters. Like, it would be cool to see like other types of, because I know Kazuya from Tekken is in Smash Brothers, right? So what if they even got super bold and brought somebody along from some of those like lines, right? And Street Fighter, of course. You know, Street Fighter always has crossovers everywhere, bro. And so they could always do things like that, Smash Bros and everything like that. And I believe Ryu was on Smash Brothers, right? I think that's what it was. Is he on new, or is he on the OG one? He was on Ultimate. Yeah. He is on Ultimate. Yeah. So Ryu, Kazuya, and then he could also, I don't know, just go anything. You can go any route. You can go a Mortal Kombat character this time around, right? Bring somebody from Mortal Kombat to MultiVersus. That'd be cool, because Jason was on Mortal Kombat also, right? So I think that this helps out a lot of branding. I am somebody who loves to push for fighting games and helping some variation of commercialism. And I also hold a lot of polls about fighting games. Like I held one about Brawlhalla. I hold some about platform games, traditional fighting games, and what's the most popular fighting game, like what can help make fighting games, you know, kind of a little bit more known, not necessarily water down the fundamentals of learning these games, because these do get tough when you play in higher ranked and competitive modes. But what can you do? And this is a great example of that. So that has also been pretty cool. I would be pretty excited to see some other creativity in terms of how they bring other, I mean, you're going to see like Wonder Woman, Batman versus Jason. That's hilarious. I still can't stop laughing at that, by the way. That's it just, but then again, it comes down to the conclusive notion, right? It's the conclusive notion. Is the gameplay going to be solid in this game enough for it to hold ground, so they don't have to do a whole pullback on this game again for net code issues or fighting game issues or just how servers interact with each other, right? Fighting games are always tough with this net code and rollback and bring in great servers, and some people that don't have it, right? It's a free-to-play game, so of course people sometimes are expecting a bargain. And so people who are just still playing on just whatever type of notion, like their internet's not as great, how can all of this be fixed to at least bring the best, at least to the extent of their capabilities? It doesn't have to be flawless, but I hope it can hold ground. Another platform fighter that we need aside from Smash Bros. And Brawlhalla, and I think this can really kind of make some noise, at least based on the characters that we do know, right? And Nickelodeon, all that stuff. But I still think that these three would be the higher over the Nickelodeon one. But I don't know. Y'all gotta let me know. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one. And what y'all feel? Let me know. Peace.